Hi, I'm Mel.
I'm Bruce.
And we're Brooklyn Italians Talk Movies. We're back again, and today we're going to talk about a movie by M. Night Shyamalan. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I can never get that right.
She had to practice for 2 hours last night.
I love his movies, can't say his name, but last night we watched Signs, that was starring Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. That's another hard name to say.
Yeah, right.
Very good movie. It's our first sci-fi movie. Usually we do murder mysteries and
Like thrillers and stuff like that. But
this one's a real sci-fi.
Yeah.
I usually don't like sci-fi too much. I do like alien movies though.
Usually girls don't like alien
I know, but well, I like Mel Gibson.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, it was a really good movie. I'm going to be honest. The first time I saw it, I actually did not like it. The first time I saw it, and the only reason was everybody was very.
Did you tell them the name of the movie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I did. I said Signs. I thought I said.
Oh, well, anyway, the name of the movie is Signs, in case you forgot.
Starring Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix.
Right.
Okay. First time I watched it, the reason I didn't like it was because everybody was just very monotone and calm.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Like they didn't have a care in the world. Right?
No, but I always put myself in the movie. Like, if that was me and I had my 2 little children and we were being invaded by aliens,
Yeah.
I would be hysterical. They're very calm.
Oh, by the way, sold. Got it.
And they were very, very calm. Nothing got them alarmed. One of the children was sick with asthma.
Yeah. Well, you
his
don't like
wife
it.
just
They lived
died.
out in the middle of nowhere.
But still, I think no matter where you put a person, if you're that way, you're that way. And I
Well,
just said to myself, when I watched the movie,
Yeah, no matter where they put us, we get it.
we could be on a farm,
Right.
that doesn't matter, but they were just very calm. But I noticed all his movies are the same way. They all have, like he did The Sixth Sense, did he do that? And he did The Visit.
Oh, and like Shyamalan,
Right.
not Mel Gibson.
No, not Mel
Yeah.
Gibson. He did The Village, he did Sixth Sense with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he's well, I'm sure you guys know who he is.
But he
too.
always takes like a scary movie or an intense movie, and he does it like the set is quiet and
Yeah,
the
everything-
dialogue
the
is
setup is
calm,
quiet, right.
and the dialogue is quiet. That's why I had the first time I didn't even finish watching it. But then it was on. I was clicking every once in a while. It'd be on.
And even through the action parts of this movie are very mundane.
Right.
Like they're very even, like level, like very
But
quiet.
he gets his point across. I remember. Then I says, "Let me just watch it." I was watching it one night. I said, "Let me watch the whole thing." And you know what? It actually was really good because not everybody's going to act like me and you. Not everybody's going to be, hysterical.
Well, if you're a Brooklyn Italian.
But I don't even know where it was filmed. Where was that filmed? Oh, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania was
But
supposed to be
out in
like
the farms,
Bucks County,
in a
Pennsylvania.
cornfield somewhere. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right.
Mel Gibson usually plays a tough guy. Mad Max. What else did he play?
He played with
All those
what's his
movies,
name?
Danny
The
Glover.
top movie, Danny Glover.
Yeah, and he's usually crazy tough guy. He's actually a minister or
Yeah,
a reverend.
he's a reverend, yeah.
who gave up the church. We won't tell you yet, but and he's very mild-mannered. And
Well, what happened was he had a
you
big.
tell the story. Start.
Well, he had a
Start.
big
Go ahead.
tragedy in his life, like a major tragedy in his life.
Right.
And the movie centered around him and his 2 small children. He had a son about maybe 8 or 10 years old.
Yeah.
He had a daughter maybe 5 or 6 years old.
I think we
And-
can tell what happens to the wife. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
his
not-
brother was Joaquin Phoenix, played by Joaquin Phoenix, and the brother lived with him. So it was the 4 of them, his brother and his 2 little kids that lived in this big farmhouse. And he was a reverend of the local church, and he also was a farmer. They had like this big, tremendous cornfield outside.
Yeah, I don't know
the
how
house.
he took care of that crop field by himself.
Yeah, well, they
And he
never
was a
showed. He
reverend.
never did anything with
There
the
was,
corn.
it was very like, it was mainly on those 4 characters. Even when other characters came into play, it was mainly them. You never saw who worked
The
on
other
the farm.
characters in the movie, you saw them for like 5 seconds. and
Right,
that was
like
it.
you never saw who was helping him work on in these corn crops. Who was helping him.
Well, who cares about
No,
the corn?
but it focused. The camera was always on these 4
Well,
characters.
a lot of the scenes was him running through the corn, like either him or
Right.
his brother or the kids or whatever running through corn.
So why don't you tell us start from the beginning?
So anyway, it opens up where he has this tragedy in his life. Like you don't know there's a tragedy yet, but it opens up with him.
They flash back to the
Right
tragedy.
when you see him, he has like the collar, the priest collar, and reverend suit, black suit, and the collar on a chair. Like, and he's goes downstairs in his house and he's talking to his kids, and then so anyway, you learn like right at the beginning of the movie that his wife was killed. His wife was killed in a tragic accident, and it was maybe 6 months
That's
after.
the only part I didn't like. I mean, I understand that was the whole main thing, why he left the church and all that, but I don't like.
Well, he had a crisis of faith.
I don't like the way she was killed, and he'll tell you
Well, he had this thing where he lost his faith, and he couldn't he didn't want to be a reverend anymore. He didn't want to be a priest anymore. So he denounced the church, and he turned away from God. He hated God.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
He blamed God for his wife getting killed.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't like the way she was killed. She went for a walk at night.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Tell the story, then you get to that. You get to that later on.
Well, I was just giving my opinion on that. That's all.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying. Anyway, she was going for a walk. Instead of just making that, she got hit by a car when she got hit by a car. Instead of just saying she got hit by the car, they made it where she got hit by the car, but she was still alive and she was pinned up against a tree.
Yeah, this was
and
awful.
they called the husband to come talk to her before she finally died.
She was out for a walk, taking a walk.
Which I thought was very
and somebody
intense,
fell asleep at the wheel.
Very intense.
Right, this guy, the local vet. Now this guy was played by M. Night Shyamalan.
He's good though.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's a good actor. He should be in his movies.
Right.
I think he was.
He always does a cameo in his movies, but this movie, he was the guy that was driving the car that killed the wife. But now she didn't get killed right off the bat.
But it was an accident. Explain that.
Yeah, what happened was he was driving late at night, he fell asleep, and she was going for a walk. Why this woman was walking on a desolate road in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, pitch black, she's walking, and he swerved off the road and he hit her. When he hit her, he pinned her to a tree from the waist down. Right, so now, you don't see this right away. Like you'll see.
And they only show you bits and pieces.
Yeah.
They never show you the whole
It's like
thing.
Mel Gibson flashes back and remembers the moments that they call. Let's tell them about what happened with the wife and with the scene, and this way we don't have to get into it later on. They like periodically through the movie have him flash back and see this. Of course, the sheriff. Well, the local sheriff was a friend of theirs. It was a woman, and she was a friend of theirs. But she calls him up, and he goes down to the scene of the accident. Now he gets out of the car, and the woman tells him, listen, it's bad. Your wife is pinned to the tree, and her body is severed from the waist down.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And the only thing holding her inside was the car pinned to the tree. And once they move the car, everything spills out. She's gone. Right? So he said, well, was she conscious? So
they don't show any of this stuff.
No, they don't show any gory stuff.
It sounds horrible. They don't show it. They just show his flashback to talking to
anyway,
his wife.
He goes, the sheriff tells him, he says, you're telling me this is the last time I'm going to speak to my wife alive? So she said, yeah. So he goes over, and the wife is like semi-conscious, and she's talking to him, and he's talking about the kids. She says, tell the kids to be good, and tell the son to take care of his sister. And she tells the brother, played by Joaquin Phoenix, he was a baseball player, I guess a minor league baseball player at one point. And he was renowned for hitting these home runs and stuff like that. So she said to Mel Gibson, she said, tell Meryl to swing away.
Which we don't know what that is.
Right, you don't know what it is at this point in the movie, but anyway.
We don't have to get too much into
She dies. She dies. So that alleviates, since we told you that alleviates that part of the movie.
Well, that's just to set up his character. He just lost his wife. He's raising 2 kids on a farm, a cornfield.
Right.
His brother moves in. His brother never actually made it as a baseball player. He thought he was going to go on, but he never made it for some reason. And he works in a gas station, so he moves back in. So now these 2 men are raising these 2 kids. And this is where we're at in the movie. And now the story begins.
They get
alien part.
Yeah, what happens is they're in the house and they hear a radio report. Like there's something going on.
No. The first thing is they hear the opening scene in the movie is he hears noises on the roof. So
No.
Yes.
No, what happened? Yeah,
Yes.
right. That wasn't the opening scene.
Yes, it was.
All right, whatever. Anyway, this scene. Go ahead, explain the scene.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just going to say the opening scene is they're all in bed and they hear noises on the roof. So Joaquin Phoenix jumps up and flies out. Now,
well, the 2 of them.
The 2 men.
It's funny because they get to the door. Joaquin Phoenix is like, let's go out let's give them a beating, let's bust them up. And Mel Gibson is like, well, I don't know if we should do that.
Right, because they want to show his character
he's kind of meek, you know what I mean?
So to make a long story short, let's just get into it.
Well, it was funny, that part.
It was
running around the house.
There is some little funny things.
There's some kind of little comedic things.
You notice, he always does that. M. Night Shyamalan, always, even in The Visit, he always sticks like a little funny.
Well, I don't know if you ever saw that one. We'll do that one.
That's another scary movie.
The Visit was a good movie.
He sticks little funny things in here and there.
So anyway, the two of them, the brother says to him, listen.
Now they think it's some wild
They think it's like the town guys that, that they're out there causing problems. Oh, we forgot to tell them. The opening scene of the movie is Mel Gibson wakes up. Like, not the opening scene, like right after that, he wakes up and he realizes the kids are not in the house. He hears the kid yelling outside. So they get up, him and his brother get up and go out, and the kids are yelling from the cornfield, right? So now they're running through the corn, once again, running through the corn, and they're looking for the kid. They're yelling, hey, where's the kids? So now they see a little girl is standing in a little lane that's in the middle of this cornfield. Right, so they run up to her, they grab her, say, where's your brother? So she points into the thing, and they run in there, they find the kid's standing there. Now Mel Gibson's looking at him saying, what's the matter? Why are you out here? Why are you in the middle of the corn?
Well, now the camera view goes all the way to
But he turns Mel Gibson's head like this, and he looks. Now you see them get like surprised and shocked, and then the camera starts panning up. And when you see it, it's all crop circles, like these big circles of designs in the corn.
All right, so this is how it starts. There's crop circles. They think it's a prank. They hear noise on the roof. They think it's those wild guys in town, playing around with them. So they don't know what's going on. So what happens is he calls the sheriff. The sheriff comes over. Woman sheriff, very nice, sits down.
She played a good part.
She knows them. It's like a small town. Everybody
knows. She was believable as the sheriff.
Right. Everybody knows each other. So she's sitting at the table, and she feels bad for his wife to start, and they're talking, and they're figuring out who could this be. And there was a couple of jokes there with Joaquin Phoenix about the Olympic star, remember the one?
Oh yeah.
It was a funny part. We'll let them watch it. So anyway, they think it's somebody doing a prank. And at this time, the little girl comes in and says, Daddy, something about changing the channel. She wants to change the channel.
She says, where's the remote? So she says, look in the couch or whatever. And she says, he says, just change the channel by hand. She says, I did change it by hand, but it's the same show on every channel.
Right. She tells the father that every channel has the same show. So now they get up to see what's on television. And this is where the story opens up, where they see it's happening all over these crop circles.
Yeah, right.
So now they're saying,
they see all over the world, like it's a special report.
Okay. So, go ahead, you want to take it?
Well, no, it's a special report where they see, like, on the television is reporting that
all different countries.
All these countries around the world have these incidents, like in the last 24 hours of these crop circles. So now they're saying, there's got to be something's got to be going on with this. But they're attributing it to kids, like these the people in the town, these kids in the town.
No, but I just have one question, so I don't understand this part. Wasn't there a part where they thought maybe another country was doing this when he goes in the army and the place to sign up?
Yeah, but that was later on, and that was the army guy that was in there.
So right now they don't know if somebody's doing this. They're not even thinking that it's real aliens invaded. They think they don't know what.
No, they don't have any idea
that
it's alien. But now the kid is talking to the sheriff, right? And the sheriff shows him the walkie-talkie, and so he says, he got fascinated with the walkie-talkie.
Right.
So she says, you can make a walkie-talkie out of a baby monitor. So the kid says, I got my sister's baby monitor is upstairs or whatever in her room, and so he went and got this baby monitor. He's carrying it around everywhere they went. So tell me now when they went into the town.
Okay, well, the sheriff says to him, your kid's been through a lot. Take them out. Take them into town. Because they're in the middle of nowhere. So they take them into town, and this was another thing. When he gets to town, they go for lunch, and then they go. He goes into the drugstore because the boy had asthma, so he had to go pick up his medicine. When he goes to the drugstore, there's a young girl behind the counter in the pharmacy department, like a teenager.
You're gonna knock that wine.
No, I'm not. So like a teenager. And
one thing I hate is wasting wine.
Me too.
Yeah.
So she's confessing. She's confessing to him as he's purchasing picking up the medicine.
Right.
to church. I'm really not taking confessions. And she says, well, I heard it's the end of the world. That was like a key thing. Like I heard.
Yeah, because the news reports
spread
on like
to town.
constantly.
I heard it's the end of the world, and I want to confess. So now all these thoughts are going in Mel Gibson's head, and Joaquin Phoenix like, hey, what's going on? Is this
And now
really
the kid,
an invasion?
the boy here is hearing all of this. He goes into the local bookstore that's in the town. And he says to the lady, there's a man and wife in there that run a bookstore. He says to them, are there any books on aliens? Right? So the woman takes him over and shows him a book. He takes the book, like buys, I guess he bought the book.
The little boy was smart though. The little boy was
he
very,
had a
very
little brain
smart.
to him, the kid. So he took the book and he went, all you see is him taking the book and leaving the store. And then you see Mel Gibson's in his drugstore with this girl, and this girl is confessing all her sins and this and that.
All right, so let's go back to now they get back home.
You got to go to the part in the pizzeria.
What happened in the pizzeria?
We went in the pizzeria eating.
Yeah, he said don't hang out with that girl because
but he looks out the door. And M. Night Shyamalan is getting in the truck. He's parked outside the pizza parlor.
They want you to know that was the character.
Right, that's how his character came in.
And then he feels bad. Okay, so they get home, and the kid is in the car. They're driving home. They're pulling up to the house, the farm. And he has the walkie-talkie, well, the one he made from the baby monitor.
Yeah, the baby. All he had was this baby monitor.
All kinds of voices and noises are coming over the thing.
Right. And the kid goes... oh no! See now we missed the part. We missed the part.
I've seen it 4 times. How did I miss
the part? In the interim, they're watching TV, and now the news reports are saying that there's lights in the sky.
Oh, above all the cities.
Right, over these major cities, and they're not. They said that the government and the military determined that they were not aircraft, that they were something else. So now they get these reports. So now this sinks into their head. This is how the kid went look for the book on aliens, whatever. So now they're in the car. Go ahead. They're in the car coming home from the town.
Now they pull up, and on the walkie-talkie or the baby monitor, he's hearing voices and sounds. So Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix are in the front. They look at each other.
And the kid says...
They're not sure. Wait, they're not sure what it is. They're not sure.
Yeah, the kid goes, they're talking to each other.
Right.
So that Mel Gibson says, listen, I told you, stop that nonsense.
Right. It's probably picking up another baby monitor.
Right,
he doesn't want the kids to get scared. So, this is where it starts to get a little really intense. I get into it. Okay. This is where now...
I saw the movie.
All right. This is where now they're thinking, okay, this is aliens. This has got to be aliens.
Well, now now Mel Gibson and his brother hear it themselves. So now they like a little shock. They get out of the car. Now the kid says, he starts climbing on the car. He gets up there now. He climbs on the top of the car. He figures he's going to get better reception. So now Joaquin Phoenix climbs on the top of the car.
Now they're all on top
the
of the car.
little girl climbs up and then Mel Gibson. So they're all on top of the car. They're holding his baby monitor up. And you hear like clicking and you hear sounds that sound like voices and stuff.
Anyway,
go on from there.
Okay, so...
Oh, wait a minute. So now Mel Gibson is thinking, now these kids and my brother, they're going to be obsessed with this. So he says, okay, that's it. From now on, no TV, no news reports, no nothing.
Right,
we're not going to feed into this nonsense.
Right. All right, so in the meantime, now this is good. Let me tell this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is where they realize there's aliens. What happens is, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Okay. He called Mel Gibson on the phone.
Right.
And when he called him, I think he was calling him to apologize to him for
No.
Yes.
No, he says
he
why
said, I
he's
have
calling
the number by the phone for
right,
months.
But he said
because he was leaving.
I got so scared I didn't know what else to do, so I saw the number and called you.
All right. So anyway, he calls him.
And hangs up.
And he hangs up. So Mel Gibson says, let me go take a ride over there and see.
But see, you're missing a whole part of it.
Well, you're telling every little detail.
No, but you're missing a part. A big scene was with the brother in the
That's
closet.
at the same time. I was going to say, at the same time he's there.
Oh, all right.
You want me to tell it, or you want?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
All right. So anyway, he goes over to his house to see what happened. When he goes to the house, he's in his car ready to take off, and I'm not going to go through every little detail.
And then Shyamalan's in his car ready to take off.
We're not going to give you every detail. He's ready to leave his house, pack up and leave. And he says,
Mel Gibson sees him in a car.
Right. He says, I heard. He says, I heard that they don't like water, meaning the aliens.
Well,
right?
Mel Gibson says, "From where you going?"
Right.
I'm going to go to the lake.
Right.
So why
So
you
in the
going to the lake?
meantime, we don't want to make it too boring, but in the meantime, he apologizes for what happened to his wife.
With the wife, yeah.
And he says, I'm going to leave and go by the water. I heard that they're afraid of water. And he says, don't go in my house. Don't go in my pantry. Wait. Don't go in the pantry. I caught one of them. So now
I locked one of them in the pantry.
So now he takes off. So now Mel Gibson still has the attitude like, let me see, it's probably a guy.
This is another funny
This was a
part.
good one. It's probably a guy that's doing these pranks, and now I'm going to go in there like I'm the police, right? You can tell the
Yeah, so
story.
he goes in, he says, I know you're in there. He says, we're the police, I'm a cop. He says, we know what you're doing with the pranks. He said, so, just stop what you're doing and come out and we'll be easy on you. We'll go easy on you. He said, we already got your friends or whatever. So now
he still holds on to hope that this is people doing it, not aliens.
Now he's talking to a door, and the door, it was in M. Night Shyamalan's house. He pushed like a cabinet up against the door to keep it closed or whatever. So, but you can see the light under the door.
So he wants to look under and see who this guy
Yeah, but he
is.
sees shadows walking back and forth. So he wants to look under there and see what's going on. So he takes a knife off the kitchen counter. A big knife, was like
that was smart.
Stainless steel. It was like a mirror, like a reflector.
Right.
He lays on the floor, he sticks the knife under the door, but he don't see nothing. You know what I mean? So now he figures, well, the hell with it, I'm going to leave. He gets up to walk out, and his curiosity gets the better of him. So now he goes back again, and he goes on the floor, and he goes to look. He's looking at the knife to look under the door, and a hand comes out. This alien claw,
like a claw,
comes out
from
under the door.
It was like a big claw.
And he gets all panicky, and he takes the knife and he chops the fingers off the alien, right? So now the alien screams and pulls his hand back, and Mel Gibson gets up, and he goes out like a shot.
All right, now let me tell the other part.
Yeah,
well, this is happening back at the house, back at the farmhouse. The brother, Joaquin Phoenix, he is in the closet watching the news.
He brought the TV in because Mel Gibson said no TV.
Right, because of the kids.
Yeah, he brings it in the closet and shuts the doors in the closet watching TV.
And he's watching it. And there's news around the clock going on. And they show you a video from, where was it you told me? Brazil, Venezuela.
Oh yeah, it was
Mexico.
No, Venezuela.
Yeah. There was a children's birthday party outside with balloons and a cake, and all the kids run inside.
And of course, the news reporter says, "Oh, the video you're about to see is going to be disturbing."
And so all the kids are inside the house looking out the window.
This is like somebody at this party was filming it, I guess, on their phone or camera, whatever.
Right, and as they're filming the birthday, as they were filming it, what happened was they all ran inside because what they saw was...
They ran to the window.
Right, the kids were inside, they ran to the window, and there was a video of an alien. It was
the alien like just quickly walks by the window.
Walking by, and the kids are screaming, and Joaquin
Phoenix jumps up. Oh my God.
Oh my God, now it's confirmed.
Yeah, right, now they know it's aliens, right.
So, now... Mel Gibson knows this for sure, there's aliens.
Right.
Joaquin Phoenix knows for sure.
Right.
So now they meet up.
Right.
Now the kids come out. This was a cute part.
Yeah.
The kids made hats.
Well, they said the aliens could read their mind.
Would you let me finish?
Go ahead.
All right.
I didn't do it.
Well, I was going to tell that.
Okay.
It was a cute part. So the kids were sitting in the living room, and they made hats. Pointy hats made out of aluminum foil because they figured if they wear that, the aliens couldn't read their minds.
Right, they can't read their minds.
So what the movie shows you is that this is the point now where everybody is sure there's aliens. Everybody knows it's an alien attack. So we're not going to give away the whole movie. Right?
Well, they didn't know it was an attack yet. They said they didn't. The kid says, "Well, we don't know."
The kid was smart.
The kid says they don't know if they're friendly, or if they're hostile. Like if they want to come and take over, if they're coming for a fight, or they're coming to say hello. They don't know which it is. So now they're saying they're going to start. So Mel Gibson goes, "I think it's time we take the TV out of the closet, right?"
Yeah.
So they're all sitting in there glued to this TV like day and night.
Well, now Mel Gibson is thinking of all these thoughts now, and. What he's thinking, okay, if this is the end, I'm gonna let everybody do whatever they want now. He says to the kids, what would you like for dinner? You can have anything you want.
Well, what happened was it got to the point where the aliens' ships moved into some kind of position that was threatening.
Right? A threatening position.
So the report came over that it was going to be a hostile thing. There was going to be an invasion or an attack. So now Mel Gibson says he's thinking like, you know, he says, okay, listen, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. He said, so what we're going to do is, he says, we're going to live.
Right.
He said, so, you know, anything you want for dinner, everybody pick whatever they want.
One said spaghetti, French toast, that. So they were just gonna do whatever.
Right.
Okay, so
like it was their last day on Earth.
Right. And then what about the other part though?
What?
After that, well, we'll get to it. You want to tell right to the end? I don't know if you want to tell.
No, I don't want to tell right to. We're not going to tell you the ending as usual. We don't want to tell you the ending.
All right. Well, we'll tell you one thing.
If you didn't see the movie.
They wanted to vote. Who wanted to stay?
But Mel Gibson said, let's go to the lake, where M. Night Shyamalan went.
And the whole family voted to stay at the house and just barricade themselves in. They didn't want to leave and go to the water, go to the lake. So
now remember, this kid, now the son, he's got asthma.
Oh, yeah, there's little things that make it more intense.
Meanwhile, every movie you see with a kid in it, that's a situation, the kid's got asthma. There's always something wrong with the kid. That he needs medicine or something.
There's always some kind of obstacle, whatever.
So anyway, we're not going to go, this is where it starts getting like to the climax of the movie, the ending. So we're not going to go any further with this, because if we do, and people that haven't seen it, you guys that haven't seen it, you're going to know what the ending is. And we don't want to give the ending away, because we never give the ending away. So.
Yeah. M. Night Shyamalan, very good movies. You never want to give the endings away. They're always a twist, a turn.
Right, yeah.
You know?
But he had some.
We're going to do a few more of those movies, I think, right? A few more of those.
Oh yeah, we'll do a few more of his movies. His movies are good.
If you haven't seen Signs, I would watch it. If you saw it and it's on, watch it again. I always watch it again.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it in a while, you know, take another look at it, because it's really good. It's an enjoying, engaging movie, you know?
Yeah.
So, if you like Mel Gibson, if you like Joaquin Phoenix, if you like sci-fi movies with aliens, you'll like this movie. It's a little slow moving in the beginning, but you actually get to, you know, get into the characters, right? Get into, you know, what's going on, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So now, 3 weeks in a row, both of us gave a thumbs up, right? We give a thumbs up to this one?
Thumbs up.
Both of us give a thumbs up now to this movie. This is the third one in a row we agreed on, and we don't agree on nothing. So, right?
I think it's more fun watching the ones I like.
Yeah, right, yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something. I don't let you in on a secret. When we decided to do this channel and do these videos, we said, okay, we're going to take chance a piece. 1 week you pick the movie, and no matter what it is, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
and the next week I'll pick the movie, no matter what it is, she'll watch it. But now what happens is, when she picks a movie, I go, get in that movie. So we got to get each other's okay. But you see, it's no good, because now every movie we both like. You know what I mean? So we promise you, there's going to be some movie. We're going to start doing some movies.
How about I just pick the movies then?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, what else is new? Anyway, that's it. We're not going to tell you any more about the movie. We just wanted to give you the basic premise.
Movie, it's a good movie. Up.
At this point,
really
you know, it starts to get into the point where Mel Gibson, where they actually, you know, have an interaction with the aliens and stuff like that.
Anymore.
I'm not telling them what happens.
All right.
They have an interaction. This is where it gets started, where they're actually interacting with the aliens and stuff. So we don't want to go any further. If you didn't see it, it'll spoil it for you. So that's it for this week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having a glass of wine with us. And if you like the video and you like our channel, please hit the subscribe button below and give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and come over and subscribe to our channel. And you know, if you do subscribe, hit that little bell, hit the notification bell, so that, you know, you'll know every time we put out a new video. Because we're gonna, you know, we've been saying it. I mean, we both work. We work full time, so it's a little hard for us to make, you know, more than one video a week. So we've been saying, you know, we're going to try to make more than one video a week.
And maybe some new movies, so you can get an idea if you want to go see them or not.
Yeah, right. We're going to start doing
some movies in the theater.
Yeah, some movies that are still out in the theater, or recently out, you know, out of the theater or whatever, up-to-date movies. So this way, if you guys, you know, the majority, you may not seen them, we'll be able to, you know, review those for you. We'll be able to talk about those for you.
Maybe we'll do some comedies too.
Yeah, we're going to all kinds of genres. Yeah. We're going to do all kinds of different movies, comedies, thrillers, sci-fi, whatever. But I mean, we already explained that, you know what I mean? So if the first time you're watching our videos, that's just a little, you know, a little capper of what we're going to be doing. All right, thanks a lot for stopping by.
Thanks for watching.
You know, you guys are always family. You're welcome in our home anytime. All right? Stopping by. We'll see you next week with a new video. I'm Bruce.
I'm Mel.
And we're Brooklyn Italians talking movies. And we'll see you next week, all right?
See you next week.
Take care.